Hey, what's going on, officers of the Republic? Welcome back. It is your Coruscant Underworld Police Chief AP Gaines here, back with another subscriber roster review. Now, if I seem a little low energy, I'm sorry. It's finals week. It's currently 4 a.m. I have to be up at 6 a.m., but this is the only time I could find to do these for you. I just wanted to I'm probably going to get 2 subscriber roster reviews out today, plus another video that you guys should go watch. So if this is the first video you're watching today, make sure to head back to my YouTube channel to make sure that you see not only the other subscriber roster review, but also the other channel update video that I put up today. So please check that out. I assume that this is Jacob. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's just J9C0B or C0B. We're looking at about 1.75 million galactic power with a couple of... Yes. All right, we got Star Wars Monopoly in the house. Is this the guy who told me he had like the fastest? No. One of my subscribers says he has like the 15th fastest Darth Vader in the world, and I thought that was pretty fantastic. So he's got some sort of Empire synergy here going on. Other than that, the only other relic I see is the Spy. Brood, of course, is pretty high, mostly because Double Zeta, same with Padme. Got Imp Troopers. So maybe this is some sort of... Okay. I was going to say some sort of Eternal Emperor push. If you guys are watching this video and you're relatively new to the game, do you see how all of these characters are like geared and leveled up for no reason? Like, these are characters that you won't use in GAC because they're not going to be viable against characters like this. This account could probably be much lower in GP if you just had all these guys level 1, gear 1. They can be 7 stars, it's fine. But like, do you need a level 50 Clone Wars Chewie or IG-88? Or like Cassian Andor? Like, all of these characters, you've spent about, what, level 50 to 60 is like 500 to 700,000 credits each. The gear is not too much. If you've been playing for a while, you can get basically anything up to gear 6, no problem. You have thousands of those gear pieces, but then you're inflating your GP. Like, there's what, like, I'd say his characters stop being useful, like, well, to be honest, they stop being useful like here. But let's say that this works. You know what? We'll even give you Chewbacca. So we got like we've got 6 in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, my thumb slipped. 9. So we got what? 9 rows. And the average GP, let's just go to the middle. The average GP of these 9 rows is what, like, probably this. So we have 8,020. Let's just say 8,000 times what? 54. That's about 432,000 galactic power stamped on top of this that isn't being actively used. So instead of facing people who are at this level, who probably have more gear 12s, maybe some lower relics, who will be consistently able to beat accounts like this, you'd be at like what, 1.2 million GP, and at 1.2 million GP, these relic characters would dominate for you, and then you would have the advantage as opposed to currently probably your opponent has the advantage. So those are the things that you got to kind of think about, especially if you guys are watching and you're newer players and you're starting to build up, and maybe you have these habits. Just make sure that you got to kind of nip it in the bud before this kind of stuff happens. Now, this is no character assassination on the person. I mean, I remember back in the old days, everyone used to do this. It's just if you want to be specifically, like, perfectly fine-tuned for Grand Arena, this kind of bloating is not the best. Now, I'll quickly just go over Bounty Hunters. If you can get your Bosk up and your Django up, you'll be able to, well, you'll have the best Bounty Hunter. Well, the best Bounty Hunter team has Grief and Mando. But if you can get Boss, Django, and Boba, you have a pretty solid 3-man. High banners. I've talked about it a bunch on the channel. Rebels, you have CLS, and you have Han Solo, and you have a 5-star Chewbacca. I would like to see maybe a little bit more gear here, a little bit more gear here, a little bit more gear here. Maybe the Zeta on these 2 guys to make that team more viable. Excuse me. CLS is one of those teams I talk about quite frequently because even at lower gear like this, even they can be viable with those Zetas for the health and protection recovery from Chewbacca and all of the extra attacks from Han Solo. Excuse me. Trey is Zeta, so this guy is looking fantastic. I would start to work towards Bastila Shan, obviously, with an Emperor Palpatine. And Thrawn is a great 3-man, since this team might need to be stretched a little thin because it's so top-heavy. Finding those squads that you can break up is very important. Now, you do have a Padme team, but I am noticing a distinct lack of Jedi. Okay, so not as bad as I thought. It's just get Jolie up. He basically allows weaker Jedi teams to have slightly more survivability. Normally on offense, just because you can bring him against slightly stronger characters, maybe even in territory wars, stuff like that. Just give you a little bit more longevity, a longer chance to pull out a battle, pull out a victory. I like your best 4 Jedi here. Obviously, get Bastila Shan to 7 stars, get Jolie to 7 stars. They'd make it a lot better. Eventually, they'll get Jedi Knight Revan. You'll be able to split up your Jedi even more. Not really farming that stuff. Whoever's account this is, loyal friend. Yes, of the Furious Way Guild. He got Kyber, which is awesome. Let me know what you're farming. I'm actually curious to see if you are going for Sith Eternal, because I see like Imp Troopers of some kind. Like you have a relic, not a relic, a Zeta Piet, and you're starting to, you've leveled up Moff Gideon so early, even though he's only at 3 stars, you're like 2. So let me know what you're farming. I'd be curious to hear that. And I'm gonna go film the other subscriber roster review today. It's 4:11 in the morning.